Many feeding difficulties could be caused by sensory needs in the mouth. It could be hyperresponsiveness or hyporesponsiveness. This video will walk you through some different ideas you can include before your meals to help prepare your child for eating. Alright, so this first one we're going to talk about is called a washcloth wake-up. So it is helpful for kids with feeding difficulties, especially if they have problems chewing, if they pocket their food, if they have different sensory needs, or really to help them prepare for spoon feeding. So I'm going to take a warm or a room temperature washcloth that's damp and not like dripping water all over the place. I'm going to place my hand flat behind it so that I can rub up and down. You don't want to clump it up like this because that's just going to create bumps as you go up and down. So I'm going to come up to his face here. I'm going to place one hand kind of under his chin to help steady it. I'm going to apply a deep, firm pressure to his cheek, and I'm going to just go up and down, up and down. And I'm going to go 5 times here. It's a slow, rhythmic movement that is actually, his whole cheek is going up and down. Once I've done 5 times on this one side, now I'm going to go diagonally. Okay, so I'm going to turn your head this way so that you can see it. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and then once we've done that side, we'll switch to this side here. Yep, good job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alrighty, and one thing we really like to do when we're doing this is making it predictable for kids. So I'm counting for him, but then we also have a song that you could sing as you go, so they know when it'll be done. So like you could use a song like this. So this is the way we wash your face right before we eat. And it's just quick, it's easy, and it's done with. So we've been up and down, and then diagonally on his cheek. Now we're going to move down to his chin. So on his chin, I'm just going to use my 2 fingers under here, and we're just going to go up and down on the chin to start. 3, 4, 5. Good. And now we're going to move side to side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the very last one is I'm just going to use 1 finger here to go across that upper lip. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're done with your washcloth wake-up. It should only take about 1 minute, and it can be easily added to your routines right before you eat. Now we're going to talk about a Nook Massage using this little Nook brush. This little brush has little spikes on the end, but it's all rubbery. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have him open my mouth, and we're going to work on just warming up that mouth and really helping so that that food on the side is not getting stuck or it's not pocketing. So first I'm going to go in and I'm going to lay it flat on his tongue, and I'm going to just push down and then lift up a little bit, and I'm going to do that 10 times. So I'm never going to fully remove the brush from his tongue. So we'll come on in and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. You can close your mouth for a second. Alrighty. Now we're going to go to, we're going to warm up that little cheek. And so I'm going to put the brush into his mouth towards that right cheek, and I'm going to roll up and just kind of do little circles as we go up. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now we're going to repeat on that other side here. So we'll come in and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, the next one we're going to do is we're actually going to kind of drag along the top of the mouth. So we don't want to get too far back, but then we're just going to kind of drag up towards the teeth. Ready? So I'm going to come in so I can see and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty, so we just have one left. So Now I'm going to drag it lightly and kind of come up his tongue and kind of do a circle into his cheek. So we'll start here. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And while I'm doing that, his tongue is actually trying to follow the brush. And so we're getting it woke up so that it's able to touch that cheek. And if that food is getting stuck in that side, it's able to get over there and get it kind of lifted out. So we'll do the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, bud. Yeah, it was a lot. All right, and so if you want to go a little bit extra and really wake them up, you can actually dip this brush in like ice water, and lemon water, or lemonade, and pickle juice, and it will help increase that alertness. And say, like, Zayden did a good job here opening his mouth and letting me get in there. If he wouldn't, I could also do some of these on his cheek and just kind of like roll up his cheek on the outside, kind of roll up his chin, kind of around his lips, and really kind of start on the outside so that they're more willing to get into that inside. This next one is called 5-point wipe, which is a progression of movements on the face to help wake up the sensory system of the mouth from the outside. So you want to apply slow pressure going towards the mouth. So the first one we're going to do is I'm going to take my fingers, I'm going to push in, and I'm going to bring in towards his mouth. So it's from the ears towards the corner of his mouth. The next one we're going to do is we're going to go from the outer eye and bring it down. Okay? Then from the inner eye. And then we're going to go from the corner of your jawline here. We're going to come up. It might be, you have to kind of figure out what works best for you. If it's going to be kind of coming up with your thumbs or coming up with those fingers, bringing it up towards the mouth. And the last one is going to be the chin. So I like to use my 2 thumbs and come up. So this one you want to repeat like 3 to 5 times. And so we'll go through it again. So ear, outer eye, inner eye, corner of the jaw, and then the jaw up. So you can also do this one in a tapping motion. So I'll tap towards his mouth. Or you could even do a quick swipe. So if I'm starting here, I want to go fast, fast, fast. Another way you could do it is take like a vibrating toothbrush or a vibrating toy and kind of go in that same motion. These are all just different ideas that might work differently for your child to help wake up their mouth before they eat. All right, the next one we're going to talk about is using an electric toothbrush to try and just wake everything up inside the mouth. And we're going to use the toothbrush, move it around while it's on, just to provide sensory input to our tongue, to our cheeks, to the roof of our mouth, just everything we need in order to eat. So I'm going to turn the toothbrush on, and I'm going to start by just kind of massaging the sides of his cheeks. I'm going to kind of just, it's vibrating and it's going through that mouth, and you can kind of see it just slow massage that cheek. And we're going to go to that other side. Doing the same thing, just kind of warming it up. Now I'm just going to go kind of down along his gum lines. Going to go down. Just kind of get that sensation everywhere. We'll go up to the top. Go to the top again. You kind of want to do each area for 10-15 seconds at a time. We're going to go out on his lips here too. Kind of go around in a circle. Is that what tickle? Okay. Now we're going to do his tongue. Just kind of move it back and forth on that tongue. Going to go under the tongue a little bit, warm up that area, those gums. And then we're going to end by going up to the roof of his mouth. And just kind of slowly go back and forth. Careful not to go too far back because you don't want to elicit that gag reflex. reflex, and you don't kind of want them to get a negative connotation with it. These are some basic ideas you can try with your child if your child is having some difficulties with feeding. If your child does not tolerate these materials in their mouth at this time, try using a stuffed animal or a soft blanket or something that you can rub on their cheek that will really help them start to tolerate things there. If feeding difficulties persist, contact your occupational therapist and they can help give you some more specific ideas to your child.